Hey, so one of my favorite video series on YouTube is the Thoughts from Places series by the Vlogbrothers, where they shoot a video at a specific location and talk about what they saw and thought and experienced there. And I really wanted to make a video in this style, so on my recent fall break trip to New York City, I took some footage, and this is that footage, and these are my thoughts. So here goes. I woke up at 4:40 a.m., and I know that John and Hank usually start their Thoughts from Places videos with this waking up moment, but I was a little skeptical of doing that at first, because my waking up moment looks like this. Soon enough, I was on an airplane flying through what looked like a cloud sandwich, which made me kind of hungry. So when we landed and were waiting to dock at the gate, I ate a bunch of that trail mix that's mostly M&Ms, but is still probably better for you than a bag of M&Ms. Next, I took a very bumpy cab ride, which made me regret eating all that trail mix. But before I knew it, I was in Manhattan meeting up with my friend Sebrina. Now here's what you have to know about Sebrina. Not only is she one of my very best friends and a New Yorker, she's also one of the nicest people on the face of the planet. And during the 3 days that I spent with her, she seemed to perform little acts of kindness everywhere. And occasionally she would laugh at me for trying to document them. That afternoon, Sebrina and I hung out in Chelsea for a bit, and then we went downtown to visit my aunt at work. We delighted in this building that has 3 separate addresses, and also in my young cousin's collage skills. Yes, he drew glasses on the baby and hair on the bald guy. Later we went to the Plaza Hotel, not because we were staying there, but because we were hoping to see fancy things, and the plaza did not disappoint. There were tightly packed roses, awesome chandeliers, and even a koi pond. The next day, we caught a train from Sebrina's neighborhood uptown. Not that train, but this train. I was still feeling uncomfortable vlogging in public. We went to the Metropolitan Museum of Art and saw my favorite painting by an artist named Pierre-Auguste Cote, and Sebrina's favorite painting by an artist named Pierre-Auguste Cote, and also this knight, who Sebrina commented was very on trend for mixing soft and hard textiles. We also went up onto the roof and saw this exhibit called Big Bamboo by 2 artists named Doug and Mike Starn. Calling it an exhibit doesn't really seem right though, because it was more like this giant growing art structure, totally organic and natural. We then went to get hot dogs at what we thought was a Gray's Papaya, but was really a Papaya King, and even though we felt deceived by vague signage, they were still really frickin' delicious hot dogs. After that, we went to Central Park, which is beautiful this time of year. We searched out a statue of Alice in Wonderland that I remember seeing when I was much younger. Later, we hit up Chinatown and then Little Italy. New York City amazes me sometimes with its ability to bring disparate countries just a city block away from each other. Sebrina got Italian ice, and I had a delicious cannoli.
First cannoli experience ever. Okay, ready? This looks
There
unseemly.
If I had a time machine, I'd go back in time and eat that cannoli over and over again, which admittedly sounds unseemly. That evening we went to Times Square and got tickets for a musical about Andrew Jackson that did feature some very sexy pants. And while killing time before the show, we went to those red steps where Jay-Z and Alicia Keys shot their Empire State of Mind video. Hoping to recreate this moment, Sebrina dropped some mad beats.
Just put our names in for a theater show, yo. We're waiting half an hour so we can see if we won.
And not only was I baffled by Sebrina's spontaneous flow, but I was baffled by how gorgeous a night it was, and how although it was incredibly crowded, it was almost peaceful, almost quiet. And it struck me that New York City is sort of a city of contradictions. Like that very snazzy knight in shining armor, it's a mix of softs and hards. There's your hectic urban sprawl, but there are also these quiet, tranquil moments, and even still there are those remarkable places where those 2 ideas manage to converge. A writer named Thomas Wolfe said, "One belongs to New York instantly. One belongs to it as much in 5 minutes as in 5 years. And even though my life takes place far away from the city, for those few days I spent there, I felt like I belonged to New York, and like New York belonged to me," which is a contradiction in itself, but nonetheless a very lovely one.